Hello everybody, this is Lewis, String It Racket, and I just received my Tourna Cube today. It's in 3 boxes. I wanted to kind of get a video going to show the unveiling of it. Here are the boxes. You see the first box, came in 3 boxes, super heavy. The first box here is the base and floor stand. Second box is the mount, racket mount, and then the third box here is the actual cube, the tensioner. Super heavy, like I said. It's the Tourna Cube. I had it down to 3 different machines: the Cube, the Alpha Ghost, and the Cibosi S3169. It seems like all 3 good machines. The Ghost, of course, is well reviewed and well purchased. And the Cibosi, well, that one is a Chinese company. Probably not a lot of people have heard of it, but I was considering it. It was a good price. I just didn't think that the customer service would be up to par. The salesperson, Sherry at Cibosi, was super nice, and all things being said, she was probably the best salesperson there out of everybody. But again, I think they don't have a rep here in the U.S., so if I had run into any problems, I think that would have not been good. With parts or anything. So I went to Tourna. Ivor at Tourna Grip helped me out with this. Of course, he's with Tech Springs too. He's the owner over there, but he reps over at with Tourna. So shipping was super fast. Took a couple days just to get here. Again, all the machines that I considered were pretty much all in the same price range, and I chose the Tourna Cube. I also considered the Wilson Berardo Light, but I kind of wanted to stick with someone who was a little bit different. Again, the Ghost, everybody knows that one, and I felt that the Tourna was maybe something different, and I wanted to try it out. It's a big investment, but I'm sure it's going to be a great machine. And if it's packed, or if it works as well as it packed, they packed it, it's going to be super great. They threw me a reel of string, and they gave me a cover for it, so I can't complain. Again, my name's Lewis. I'm with String It Racket out of Chicago, Illinois, and I do live right downtown Chicago. As you can see, we live there. You can see a little bit of Lake Michigan right in between the cracks and the building, right in between there. That's Lake Michigan, and the beach over there, Oak Street Beach, North Avenue Beach, and then you can see the high rises up here. This building, that clear building, that glass building, was just built a couple years ago. Totally blocked my view of the Hancock. You can see the John Hancock with the 2 antennas up there. It's about 95, 98 floors, and then you can see Bloomingdale's building to the right of it, and that's the Bloomingdale's building. Bloomingdale's, it's the big shopping area there, among others. And the famous Division Street with all the bars, well known, very well known in Chicago and across the United States for good nightlife. So yeah, this is Chicago. I'm smack right dab in the middle of the city, and a stringer. Just purchased the Cube. Let me show you again. 3 big, huge, heavy boxes. And I'm going to be opening them up here. It's going to be interesting to put this thing together. So it's going to be a cool process, and in a couple minutes I'm going to rip these things open and see what we got. As you can see, this is the base. There's the base. I'm not going to take it out yet. And then underneath, it's pretty heavy. More packing. You can see it's pretty well packed. That was the biggest box with the base and the stand. The second box here, this is the cover. They were nice enough to send me. Here are the instructions. Tourna Cube. Like I said, I had a tough time deciding which one to get. I really liked a couple machines. Did some research, did a lot of research, and I decided on the Cube. Not a ton out there on the Cube versus like the Ghost or the Berardo, or some of the Technifiber machines, which are way too expensive. My limit, my budget was about $3,000. This was right there, and had a really good review in the United States Racket Stringers Association by them. And like I said, I tried to find stuff about the machine, anybody who had experience with it. Not a ton. So hopefully I can get this thing up and running, or I will get this thing up and running and give some feedback on how it works. But so far it's hard to tell. I'm sure it's going to be a great machine. It's super heavy. It's not a cheap piece of metal. Made in Taiwan, like most of them are, or China. But definitely not a $5,000 or $6,000 machine. I would think. Another $2,000 or $3,000 is a huge jump. So anyway, this is the stand, the racket stand, as you can see in there. Again, pretty well packed, so that's a good thing. Seems like they did a good job. And these are probably the clamps. Maybe the clamps are in here, I'm not sure. We'll check it out. And then the third box is the actual tensioner, i.e. the Cube. There you can see it right there. Again, well packed. There's the tension head. There's the keypad. Turn it around. So I'm going to get it all set up.